It all looks so beautiful from up here, as if the outpost has just become one with nature. That's strange.
What do you mean?
The cables. The station is overgrown, but that doesn't tear out cables. They obviously never finished the work on this cable shaft. There's a hollow, sturdy metal cylinder here full of holes. Some kind of cable duct, I suppose. It's hanging onto a few thin metal plates that are connected to the shaft. It's not screwed in, but welded onto the shaft with thin strips of metal. It's connected to the shaft with metal plates. I can't...
This is the communications console with which signals can be sent to other planets or through space.
That's our way out of here, as long as we can get it powered up.
Correct. Once the incinerator is providing energy, we will have access to the database where we should be able to find flight paths close to this planet. Then, a signal will only be a few button pushes away.
Good. Well, better than nothing anyway. Let's keep working on the incinerator then. Once we've got to it, that is. This console won't help us without power. This console won't help us.
The outpost's main control room. The consoles on the left side are used for communication inside and outside of the station. Processes like drill depth, garbage incineration, and door locks are supervised on that platform over there. The devices on the right side are used to control air and water, and you can also access mission databases and authorizations. This whole room is connected to the incinerator's main energy supply.
It says medical ward on the door. It's locked, and I can't see any way of moving it or reaching the mechanism. Nothing helpful. Nothing helpful. It won't move. But it's open just a crack. Looks like someone tried to keep it open with a metal plate. But it didn't work like it did with the other door there. You can adjust the width on this. A metal bar was stuck in the door to keep it open.
If I calculated this station's procedures and automatic systems correctly, then there are various, specific, manual steps executed by humans necessary to achieve this outcome. Usually, the security system would open this door. There must have been an emergency lockdown while someone was holding this bar in place, analogous to the locked door by the drilling room.
Oh, compared to the control room, this place is full of random assortments of outdated technology. Apart from this robot arm, nothing really belongs here, I think.
In self-sustaining facilities, it is not unusual to adjust the equipment according to the given conditions, as long as the people in charge know what they are doing. Or they have a core.
I can imagine. There are some elements and materials written down here. A workbench full of trash and signs of wear and tear. That's what every DIY enthusiast dreams of. The only thing left inside here are a cable, a kind of nozzle, and a lot of screws. This console won't help us without power. The ceiling is divided into strange sections, but I can't see any lamps.
These are special storage containers that are assigned to employees and can be retrieved from the ceiling with the help of the robot. The workers in this room probably did not care about light, but there are lamps on the walls in the upper areas.
A coffee machine. What a surprise. I'm sure this display is used to control the mechanism next to it. Cord, that looks like a 3D printer.
Correct. This machine can turn virtual models into reality by applying liquid synthetic materials and metals layer by layer and then hardening them. How do you know that?
I remember I did some research into this topic. My long-term memory seems to be working at least.
But it needs power. The robot can be moved using these wheels, but only down here, even though it should be able to stretch upwards.
That is probably only for maintenance purposes and to be able to get it out of the way if it cannot move on its own anymore.
I don't think it'll be useful to me anywhere, so I'll just move it back. Oh, lots of cogs. This has to be the robot's mechanism. Lots of cogs in varying sizes and shapes. A robot arm that seems to be able to move around along these rails. But what does it do?
There are boxes stored in the ceiling. This robot arm is the only way of reaching these and getting them down.
A gas burner with 2 tubes, both of which aren't connected to anything.
A multi-purpose room. It was originally meant as a storage room, but now it contains multiple computers and a kind of workshop area. There are wheels attached to the wall that can be used to move the robot. However, it still needs power in order to be extended.
I don't think it'll be useful to me anywhere, so I'll just move it back. Lots of cogs in varying sizes and shapes. The crack is just a few millimeters wide because there's a thin metal plate stuck in it. But I can't get my fingers through, and I can't grab the plate either. instead of moving the door, it just got bent.
A magnetic screwdriver with a plastic grip.
Nope, too wide.
The outpost has an area of approximately 4,922 square meters, calculating when the outpost was abandoned. Considering the overgrowth, sunlight, and humidity, I estimate that the post must have been abandoned about 6 to 7 months ago. The results are based on growth rates on Earth and comparable planets. The estimate could be off by several months, as we do not know this planet's peculiarities.
These are definitely the control room's windows. That's where I saw the light flickering, even though there's not a single electron flying around here.
Technically, electrons don't fly. They transmit electricity by.
Well, fly along after me, Core. There's no time for anything else.
These pipes would transfer the air heated in the garbage disposal to various areas across the station.
Them to work and revive this facility.
We are also going to need power here, Tessa.
Yeah, you're right, but I can't find any mechanical way of opening them either. It's all solid as rock. I can't move it. It's held on by some screws. A bit rusty, but it's working. Yes, that looks like a manual mechanism.
This does not conform to regular standards. There is a cog missing.
There's a cog missing here.
The mechanism would work again if there was a cog here that was the same size as the one next to it. If we're going to be looking for one like this, we should probably take it with us.
The mechanism to open the door. I'm going to have to turn the cogs manually. But I'll need a tool for that. The main cog has an attachment with 3 spokes. It's screwed in place. I need another gear like this one. The cog wheel is held in place by a large nut. Yes, that works. Cogs and gears of varying sizes and kinds. The mechanism seems to be similar to the one by the door to the incinerator plant.
It extends across the whole floor and contains many more movable parts.
I need a similar cog to find one here that would fit the other mechanism. None of these cogs are the right size. Core, please analyze the rest of the mechanism and tell me if you can find a cog that's similar to this one.
Yes, the mechanism was altered in one place and a cog of the same type was used.
Great, save the information. We have to be able to move it over here somehow.
Well, it's part of the robot mechanism.
Core, please show me the cogs and highlight the ones we're looking for in green. There has to be some way of getting the ones we need to the maintenance hatch. Please show me the cogs and highlight the ones we're looking for in green. There has to be some way of getting the ones we need to the maintenance hatch. Yes, I did it. The cog is sitting in the maintenance area and I can reach it. That's the cog I need. But I can't get it out with my bare hands. Yes! Got it. That fits. All the gears are in. To use the mechanism, all I have to do is crank the lower cog with some kind of tool. The attachment fits onto the large cog wheel, but I can't move it like this. I keep slipping off the attachment. I need some kind of lever that I can use to properly brace it.
This is the door to the incinerator plant. I cannot detect any cracks or weaknesses. The door looks thicker than it is and only weighs about 400 kilograms. You should be able to operate it from the control room, if there was energy.
This is the main entrance where we climbed through the hole under the junk, right?
Correct. But just like all the other doors, it needs power to open.
Nature is reclaiming this place. The plants are growing into the station from outside. The drilling room is connected to the station's main power supply. Core, your analysis was correct. These barrels have been here for ages. I can't read what's inside them, they're too rusty.
It should not be anything dangerous, otherwise these plants would not be growing here so abundantly. That is logical. I hope.
That might be useful. Excellent. Everything fits together and the attachment fits onto the cog. Now I can turn it and operate the mechanism.
I have the tools, and the mechanism is repaired. Let's give it a try.
Yes! Oh, it's working! Just a little more. That's it! I guess I'll need that robot in the storage room, so I'll take the cog with me again.
This facility is huge. Is this the garbage incineration?
Correct. Garbage, rubble, and any flammable materials are burned here. The resulting heat is used to generate power.
Burning stuff for electricity? That's a bit antediluvian.
At that time, this crude technology ensured independence from energy cells that were not known to work on this planet. A certain amount of energy is always stored to ensure the facility can power up.
So we just push a button, the power turns on, and we can use the communications console?
Not correct. Firstly, we need to activate the remaining energy via the console. Then we can use the machine and transport materials to the furnace to activate it. Once the facility has reached its full capacity, all systems will be active and we can continue. This is the incinerator for garbage, flora, and anything else. It is the outpost's main power source. It activates the power circuit, which is supplemented by solar panels on the roof and maintains the energy supply at night or in bad weather. The efficient buffer tank still appears to be intact. There is a strange object over here.
And this could really sustain the facility for an extended amount of time?
The efficiency coefficient is very high. Also, the floor can be lowered depending on available materials. With just half a ton of materials, we will have enough energy for at least one Earth week. If we shut down some systems, even longer.
Oh boy. That's a lot of buttons and levers.
There should be a round, green button labeled "Push to close." Here it is. Push it. Very good. The remaining energy is powering the console. I have also gained access to the console. Scanning manual.
You're a fast reader, right?
Yes, done. By pressing here, you will enable the use of the remaining energy for the machines in this room. To power up the facility, you must activate the mechanism that loads the material from the silo into the cart. That would be this lever over here.
Beauty.
Now push the cart forwards. Use this.
Nothing happened. And it didn't sound too good either.
Next is the crane. You can open and move it at this desk here.
Nothing. It's all rusted through, too dirty or just broken. I can't move it while it's in that state.
We need the cart and the crane to activate the garbage disposal. Otherwise, we will not be able to use the station's communications console to call for help.
That should come in handy. But why won't it go all the way to the silo?
Its job is to transfer burning materials straight to the furnace. Storing the materials in the silo is just a makeshift solution. The cart has become immobile due to mineral deposits and rust. We must find a way to move it again.
There's some interesting stuff here. Maybe I can use some of it. The rails are completely rusted through and grimy. No wonder the cart won't move. I have to do something. It's not holding anything in place, so I can take it with me.
Oh yeah, I can already see myself roaring across the planet in this, finding interesting places, strange plants, and breathtaking monuments.
You should focus your attention on repairing the energy supply and transmitting the emergency signal.
You're no fun. But once I'm finished, that's how I'll kill the time. This probably would have been our enemy if we had found a way around the station. Finding a way to go outside will not help us transmitting that distress signal. Well, at least it fits. With just a bit of force. Yes! My fingers can fit through now. Spin sesame! research lab. I bet Tony would have felt right at home here.
This is a peculiar combination. So, this room is made up of parts of a biology lab version 1.29 and 1.40, as well as a metal experimentation room version 4.01. It was conceptualized as a white room, but apparently they were not too strict when following the guidelines. The plants in these incubators are odd. Both units are deactivated, but the plants inside have survived. The glass panes at the front have been destroyed, as if someone had smashed them. The rearmost unit is still intact.
A small laboratory cabinet. It's locked.
Lots of bottles with chemical inscriptions. They're all empty. This baby won't work without power. Attention, warning, hydrochloric acid.
There is a highly complicated mechanism built in which ensures only qualified personnel actually operate it. This will not be easy. I will scan my databases for any instructions.
Result: push both plastic parts aside and then pull the lever.
I would never have guessed that.
Of course not. That's a child safety lock. And you're not a child. Ugh, forget it. I need some kind of container to transport this stuff. These plants are dying, but they're not quite dead yet.
On planets like this one, they often use plants that can survive even in the harshest of conditions. Their fruits are cultivated in such a way that they can produce new crops even after a long time has passed.
I see. Yes, these yellow fruits are still fresh. I'll take one with me. It might come in handy. I don't know who or what might have done this, but the display is broken. The glass flask. What would chemistry be without it? Oh, a laser generator that normally belongs to a cutting device. Pretty dangerous to just leave lying around here. There are also some notes and a drawing. The laser cutter we used in our last mission could not be salvaged. Only the generator itself as well as the power cell are still functional. You're right. You need some form of defense. I wish I could give you more, but I don't have time. Here are some instructions on how I would do it. Be extremely careful. Defense against what?
I'll put these notes aside. They're on some sort of scale. I might need that. And I'll take the rest with me. A precision scale discreetly integrated into the table.
This one is full of plants and fruit. Oh, a source of food. How did they survive this long?
This appears to be a clever, self-sustaining ecosystem. There is probably an outside connection here somewhere.
Is there any way we can get to those plants? Maybe we can break one of the windows.
If the incubator has power and the system is undamaged, you can retrieve the fruits again and again while maintaining the balance. If you break the glass, you will be able to harvest the fruit, but the plants will not survive for much longer afterwards. The incubator can be opened via this console's display. To do this, the power supply must be active. The biotope can sustain itself, however, and is still intact after all this time.
found this with the laser generator. Some sort of sketch or manual on how to turn this generator into a laser cutter with the right equipment. They obviously never finished the work on it. There's a hollow, sturdy... I can probably detach it with these. A pretty crystal.
Take it with you.
No. No chance. It's stuck in the rock or ore. These stone and metal samples are so heavy. I can't move them an inch. They're also rock hard and... Maybe I can get it out like this. The acid isn't affecting it, just the rock around it. I wonder if it might work now. Yes! The rock is crumbling and the crystal is coming out slowly. There it is. 3 cheers for chemistry. I found this with the laser generator. Yeah, that might fit. A little bit here, more like this. Looks pretty good.
There is a saying for this, Tessa. All things considered. Be careful with that construction.
I told you, physics don't lie. works better than expected. The stuff is coming off the shovel nicely. Oh no, it's vibrating a lot. Hold on tight. Done. What's the... Turn off! Oh,
Over here.
damn! Ooh, that was close. If Mark had seen that, he'd be lecturing me right now.
I would gladly switch into lecture mode.
Stop yabbing. It worked. That's what matters. I should be able to move it with the console now.
Physics don't lie. You are correct.
That doesn't sound good at all. Something seems to be blocking the mechanism. Or maybe it's just rusted through. It looks a bit like an avocado from the outside, but it feels weirdly soft.
I don't think Morse code will help you here, Tessa.
That wasn't Morse code. I was just trying to get some juice out, but the skin's too hard. Cut? This fruit is so soft, it's more like mashing it.
Oh, I pierced a hole in it, and now there's an oily liquid coming out of it.
What are you doing?
I'm oiling the tracks so the cart can move more easily? Or, well, I hope so anyway.
The lubricant seeps between the components, thus lowering the friction coefficients, decreasing the necessary force. I am impressed.
If 8th grade physics is enough to impress you, then I've got a lot more to offer. Now all we need is the cart itself. That doesn't sound good at all. Something seems to be blocking the mechanism. Or maybe it's just rusted through. There's no point in starting up the incinerator when there's nothing here to incinerate, right?
Correct. First, you need to transport some burnable materials to the furnace.
I've oiled the cart and the tracks. I should try moving it again. The crane is free again, so I can move it. That doesn't sound good. Just a pile of junk.
The cart has become immobile due to mineral deposits and rust. We must find a way to move it again.
A gas burner with 2 tubes, both of which aren't connected to anything. I'll take the shorter tube with me. grimy oil in a spray bottle.
Yes, now I can reach it.
Maintenance completed, right?
Correct.
Excellent, but we'll have to go a few more times.
Simple machines can be useful too.
How nice of you to say.
That should be enough. All you need to do is turn it on. All precautions taken.
Well then, hold on to your butts.
Well, I don't.
It's just a saying. Yes, that sounds good.
Startup sequence initialized. Capacity at 1%.
1%?
It will take a while for the facility to start. It has been dormant for quite a while.
I see. We're just gonna have to live with that. Is there anything I can do to help?
You could press the start button repeatedly and more vigorously while swearing. That would not change anything, but it appears to be one of your rituals.
Thanks, I'll pass. I'm tired enough as it is. It's been a long day. I should lie down. Where's the best place in the station to sleep?
Here.
Here? Where it's really loud and full of trash?
I understand that an organic life form such as yourself might have a problem with that. In that case, I recommend the drilling room.
Okay. Let's go there then. Good. So we can transmit a distress signal tomorrow, which will be picked up by all surrounding flight paths. Then all we need is for a ship to actually fly along one of those routes and notice it. Just.
Correct.
The food and water supplies are secured?
The incubators are intact. Many of the plants are unharmed and have been sustaining humans for many years. It looks quite promising.
It does. If you dismiss all the absurd things we've encountered here and throughout our journey.
It doesn't seem to make sense that we received a signal. That's true. We will be able to verify if something was transmitted from here in the outpost's protocols as soon as it is online. I registered it from within the facility. That does not mean that it came from the station's communications center.
And then there's that shadow I saw.
Probably an illusion. My sensors are set to constantly be on the lookout for signs of life. There were none.
What if it was Mark? What if something happened to him?
It can't have been him. Apart from my sensors not picking him up, he would have had to overtake us on our way through the swamp, or he would have landed here without a radio device by pure chance.
Maybe this is all more complex. I've been exploring strange planets for years, but I've never been on my own. Left to my own devices with no team. The longest I've been alone were a few expeditions in a rover. And even then I always had radio contact. I often thought about what it would be like to be on an expedition into the unknown, alone and free, making mistakes, encountering problems, finding solutions, proving to nobody but myself what I can do.
Just like now?
Just like now. I don't know why, but to be honest, despite the danger, I'm enjoying the challenge. We revived a desert outpost. That's incredible. Maybe it's my anxiety playing tricks on me, my guilty conscience because I didn't look for Mark more thoroughly, all because I wanted to explore. Could I have done more? It would have made sense for me to have those hallucinations if there wasn't concrete evidence to the contrary. We both saw the light, twice, and received a signal that guided me here, to a place that might just save my life. How probable is it even for us to find something like this?
Please make your question more specific.
Well, there's nothing in Mark's protocol about what kind of mission we're on. Only that we set off from another moon later than anticipated and that we both have gaps in our memory. Then we crashed on a planet abandoned by the company. What was our goal?
Maybe this place.
Maybe. It's possible we weren't supposed to explore an unknown planet, but we were supposed to find something else on our mission here? Some kind of secret. We have to find out what happened to this place, Core. Why it was abandoned.
We will probably have enough time to do that while the signal is being transmitted.
Right. Well, then you keep watch again. I'll go and rest up.
Will do. Automatic firing systems activated.
Excuse me?
I was joking. If I notice anything sneaking around here, I will wake you up with loud beeping noises. I have elaborate waking subroutines and 12 different ringtones.
You're truly a marvel of technology, Core. Good night.
You hesitate. Despite the improvement, you're worried you won't have any thrills in the new job, right?
Yes, I guess. I know what I'm good at, but this new position would mean more money, more security. There's regular paychecks, more time at home, more time with you, and...
Regularity, security, those aren't really things you care about. At least, you didn't until now. You know I support you. You should do whatever makes you happy. Don't do anything just for the money. We'll pull through anything, one way or another. Both of us. Together.
Have you noticed something?
What do you mean?
You were in a hopeless situation, without help, without any prospect of being saved. But you never lost your optimism. You even found the time for snappy remarks.
That's just who I am.
Maybe that's your way of working through the things that happened?
Maybe.
And it was a bit like a wish come true. The wish to explore foreign worlds.
I do that a lot.
But not under these extreme circumstances.
You're right. Some expeditions were so boring I didn't even know what to write in my report. I hated it when that happened.
You don't like desk work.
I do. I enjoy writing my reports, but something needs to have happened. I need to have experienced something. Otherwise I get bored.
I see. Can you remember what happened the following day?
Well, there was a very strange encounter.
Good morning, Tessa. My sensors registered regular REM phases in your sleep. How are you feeling?
Good morning, Core. I feel much better, even though I'm still stranded on a foreign planet. The generator deactivated itself, but there's power for the lights. So the incinerator is running?
Correct. We are at 94% capacity. That suffices to power all systems.
Excellent. Let's get to the control room then, so we can start the distress signal before we explore any further.
Oh no, the communications console! There's somebody here. Your sensors must be going crazy. That bar didn't just fall from the ceiling on its own.
I cannot rule out the possibility of a coincidence. However, I cannot register any material fatigue and my sensors detect physical interference. But I also cannot register any signs of life.
That was our last hope of being saved.
You should be hopeful as long as your basic biological functions are still active. Blood circulation, breathing, metabolic system. The lower levels of your Maslow's pyramid of needs are satisfied.
Yeah, well, somewhere in the middle of that pyramid is a level that says I don't want to be stabbed in the back! Come on, show yourself! What was that? Quickly, Core! We have to get him!
Wait. Tessa!
Damn. Where am I?
Core?
What's a medical ward? My head is throbbing and my throat hurts. Oh, blood. The attack.
Of course, that proves it.
And even though I have a headache, I can still see it right before my eyes. The name tag on the attacker's suit. M. Luna. The same name as the one on the card. Is that why the figure attacked me? Strange. I've still got it. What does this mean? I wish I understood.
Ongoing alarm. Door cannot be opened.
Damn, the door won't open. I have to get out of here and make sure the attacker won't damage anything else. If the plants get destroyed, I'll starve miserably. At least the station has power again. And where's the tin can? Test tubes, instruments, pipettes. Nothing I could use to get out of here. This is a mixer for various substances. It won't help me right now. A robot arm to extract blood and make injections. I've seen one of these before somewhere.
Oh no, Core! Come on, power up! Don't you dare leave me here alone. I'm sorry I called you a tin can. A few of his cables are hanging out and I can see a hole in the hull, but his memory module seems to be undamaged.
In it are a lot of light capsules for blacklight. But they're all different sizes. Even if I needed them, I'd have no idea what sockets they'd fit into. Another light capsule to compare might be helpful. According to the label, it contains methyl hydrogen, so methane. What? That photograph. That's Anthony, I'm sure. And
That is Finn. But he's so old. He looks like he's 7 or 8. But he was younger than that. How did it get here? Were they here? Was I here? Okay, calm. Stay calm. I can't remember him being that old. Does that mean I haven't seen him for that long? And wait a minute. If they were here, were they the expedition's goal? Or maybe it wasn't an expedition, but a search. Core. Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. Stay calm, Tessa. Maybe Anthony was stationed here at some point and I just forgot. I've never missed the two of them more. I hope I can find something in here to repair Core, or leave the medical ward. No progress without obstacles. Core's memory module. This contains his personality subroutines. Everything that makes him be him. I hope so, anyway. This contains waterproof plasters and bandages. There's a small key here, and... Oh! I don't have to repair Core. Not the hardware, anyway. There's another one here. I think that might even be a newer model. Core! Are you okay? Do you remember anything?
Systems rebooting. Accessing database. My last saved entry is a sequence of special characters as if my swear protection algorithm optimized the entry. And why are all of my settings changed?
I went after that figure, but then we were attacked. My memory's hazy, but there's one thing I saw. This person was wearing a name tag. It said M. Luna. That's the name from the ID card that I found in the suit. So maybe it was hers, but that was on our ship.
Only you and Mark were on that ship.
Yeah, strange. But that wasn't Mark. This person was smaller and daintier. He might have been able to squeeze into a suit like that, but... well, I don't know. I couldn't tell.
Whoever it was, the figure was able to take you out.
Right. And gave me an injection in the neck. That's all I remember. And before that, she got you. I had to put your memory module into a different core model.
Ah, so that's why all the settings are different. One moment, please. So, this is new. Over here. And that here. Who would do that? Strange widget, be gone. Startup menu to the bottom left, where it should be. Decline, decline, no, I do not want a newsletter. Classic mode, skip tutorial. A dark mode, that's unnecessary, maybe later. And another entirely new function. Interesting.
And what kind?
Holo records. This enables me to depict holographic recordings. If I am not mistaken, this station is equipped with hologram recorders. It looks like recordings are saved for every single room.
That would mean we can see what happened here, right?
Partially, yes. My access to the station's databases is limited and a lot of the data has been corrupted.
Better than nothing. Maybe we can find some answers. I would be particularly interested in one answer. Why I found a family photograph with Anthony and Finn on it here. And why is Finn so much older than I remember?
I cannot trace back this photograph's origins, but I agree, we cannot determine how a private item of yours got here. One possible explanation is that one of you has been here before.
Not that I can remember. It's very strange.
Damn it. One of the light capsules is broken. Could you get a new one?
Can do. Black light, correct?
Yes, obviously.
Sure. We've got lots of those in storage. Damn, the door's blocked again. It keeps happening during those test alarms. Did you finally report the issue?
Not yet. We've got more important things to report. You can fix it. Go to the console and into settings. There you can activate sleep mode and random mode. Then just press reset settings, then deactivate sleep mode and random mode again, and then press open door. It's pretty easy.
That's what you call easy?
This must be the console for the door. What was that again?
Settings reset.
That will not work, Tessa. A programming error like that would have been reported and examined. Humans really are amazing creatures. You can learn all there is to know about their ways in a month, and yet after many years, they can still surprise you with their stupidity.
Yep. Why repair it when there's a way around that hardly anyone knows? What could possibly go wrong? What's this? A gun?
An injection gun for the subcutaneous injection of liquids.
Just say syringe next time. Huh. With this, the person must have given me the injection and then lost it on the run. Can it be useful for us?
If there are any remnants of the liquid inside it, I could analyze it.
Yes, there's a bit left in here. Get going, Core.
Beginning analysis. Analysis complete, comparing with available data. The composition is similar to a poison, which is known to affect people's memories over long periods of time. There are documented cases where memories did not return for several years, but it was made synthetically.
Memory loss. So someone wants me to forget something? I guess this isn't the first time I got a dose of that stuff.
Do you remember a previous injection?
No, but hey, maybe that's why I forgot them. And I have all these gaps in my memory. And Mark too, according to his log. What if it has something to do with me forgetting this place and my family?
I cannot refute your argument, but I cannot confirm anything either. You should remember these questions so you can get proper answers.
That's easier said than done when you've been injected with a potion of forgetfulness. Is there any way of neutralizing this poison? An antidote?
Yes, it should be possible to synthesize an antidote.
What do we need?
A sample of your blood, ascorbic acid, as pure as possible, adrenaline to stabilize your heart rhythm.
Adrenaline. Great. And ascorbic acid. So, vitamin C?
Colloquially known as vitamin C, yes. The solution itself must then be made by a sequencer or similar mixing device, so we can be sure to get the correct dosage.
Okay, so I have to draw some blood and find some vitamin C and adrenaline. Piece of cake on a foreign planet with imminent memory loss. A mixer for substances. This will help me mixing my antidote. Good. There's a compartment for ingredients that just opened. I'm going to need 3. Ascorbic acid, my blood, and adrenaline.
Just a little sting.
Medical unit states. Blood sample of unregistered patient successfully extracted. Analysis. Blood levels critical. Medical assistance required. Calculating DNA sequence.
A few drops of my blood. The incubators are working and my food supply is safe. And a laboratory is much, much more fun when it's got power. I'm sure we'll find something here, Core.
Tony, I've got some... Tony?
This console's display is intact and controls the incubator.
Yes, you can open it from here. I would only recommend doing that if you want to retrieve something.
The fruits inside there might help with my antidote. We have to risk it.
To open the incubator, the values must be adjusted according to the environment. You can see them here in this green area. Unfortunately, this system seems to have been damaged too.
Then we'll just adjust them manually. What the... The mechanics are influencing each other.
In these adverse conditions, systems must be equipped for all eventualities. This makes for complicated reciprocity. You have to find a way to correct it.
the...
In these
Did I do it? Finally!
Great! Let's hope these fruits will help me. There are more fruits in here. Some of them aren't ripe yet.
As suspected, the system will provide you with enough sustenance.
Energy, yes. Light? No. Looks like the workplace of every programmer ever, including the coffee machine.
Damn it, they're broken. Can't I just replace this with one cogwheel? And a strap? Then I could just rebuild them all in the same way. I'll try that, but I need a cogwheel.
Mark! That's Mark! Have we been here a few times, maybe? Or were we even stationed here?
You go over there. This over here. Malarkey. Yeah. No, not a G. And I didn't save. What a mess. Redoing all that work's gonna take hours.
How decadent.
No cup available.
Upon closer inspection, it's a pretty strange construction.
Indeed, it used to be nothing but a water fountain, but then it was augmented and improved.
Now it's ready to make tea, coffee, and it even comes with a juice extractor. Delicious.
This container is contaminated. You should not use it for the ascorbic acid.
I'll put it back here.
Now that's what I call a clean and disinfected cup.
Pretty messy, but it works.
Okay, everyone ready? The emergency lockdown is about to be initiated.
Ready!
Very good. Here it goes.
Warning, emergency lockdown.
Damn it!
I'll start it, just to test it. Ah! Ugh! A few cables have burned out.
Yep, the cable's insulation is gone because they weren't connected properly. I have to replace the insulation first and protect the cable from water. Put this around here. Okay, now they should work again. I have to adjust the wiring to make sure this doesn't happen again, but correctly this time. Someone who didn't know what they were doing did a piss-poor job putting it together. The cables are all wrong. Right, that should do it. I can use the oven now. Finally, the oven is ready.
This model can be heated up to precisely 2000 degrees Celsius.
Okay, now I just put the juice in here and then we'll wait until there's nothing left but ascorbic crystals. What's the temperature, Core?
My sensors indicate 19 degrees Celsius. That should be a comfortable temperature for you.
It is, but that's not what I wanted to know. What temperature do we need to heat the fruit juice at?
You should have asked more precisely. The optimum temperature to obtain near pure ascorbic acid is 292 degrees Celsius.
Good. Let's see then. Looks like that worked. All that's left is a crystalline powder. That must be ascorbic acid. Yes, it fits. There's just an ID card here. That's Anthony's card.
Your husband? So he was stationed here. Maybe the logbook stored on the card can give us more detailed information.
Yes. Good idea. He wrote something here about the effects of plants and secretions that he found on the planet. There's a date here. Cor, how long ago was this?
According to the station's data, today is October 1st, so the entries are about 80 to 90 days old.
That's impossible.
Your memories might be playing tricks on you. When was the last time you saw him?
I can't say for certain.
Anthony must have been stationed here. He wrote something about examining plants. He would not have done that on a short visit. These substances he has studied also sound very interesting. Perhaps they can be of use for the antiserum.
The computer controls the robot to retrieve boxes from the ceiling. I won't be able to start it without putting the cog back inside. Looks like I can put the cog back. I can retrieve a box for hazardous materials. The other boxes are all assigned to individual employees. I'm going to need their ID cards. The computer controls the robot to retrieve boxes from the ceiling.
If you insert an ID card into the card reader, the chest belonging to this employee will be transported down.
Let's see.
So Mark really was stationed here. And not too long ago by the looks of it. But even if that's true and my memories were false, where were we going?
Attention strap. A strange wooden box. It's full of bottles filled with colorful powders and liquids. I can't read the labels. But the box itself is labeled A. Carter. I found it with Anthony's personal belongings, so these are probably animal and plant samples. These might be the samples Anthony wrote about in his logbook. Then one of them should have the properties of adrenaline. Can you tell me which one, Core?
No, I know nothing about these substances. I am unable to distinguish their properties through analysis.
Why wouldn't it surprise me? Sure enough. Well, now I'm curious. There's a manuscript here. A short story called A Little Monolith.
It's signed by Melissa Luna.
There's a menu.
It's signed.
I can retrieve a box for hazardous material. I'm going. There's a gas cartridge here, I'll take that. And various acids. I could probably use those too. Various acids. I could probably use those too. Damn, the bottle is empty.
This is Space Carrier MS Kalinkov. We have received your signal and are on course towards your position. Estimated arrival in 3 days. Please convey your landing coordinates.
Okay, shut down everything not necessary for survival.
Drilling halted, gates closed.
Are the rovers on their way?
Rover 1 is on its way southeast. Number 2 still has a technical problem?
How bad is it?
I don't have any idea. There's a mechanic working on it.
Good. Then go ahead and pack your things.
Understood.
The test tube fits. I'll fill the bottle up completely. I wonder if I could use any of this as an antidote. Oh, that seems fragile. I should probably put it over here in case I need them. These are just containers and instruments. No ingredients or substance, but they might still be useful. If I want to mix these acids, I should do it in the right conditions. I'll put them here. If I find out more about these samples, I might be able to find out if I can use one of them as a substitute for adrenaline. If I find out more... If I find out more about... It's turning the acid blue. I'll fill in some pure acid. It's turning the acid red. It's turning the acid black. It's turning the acid red. It's turning the acid blue. I'll fill in some pure acid. It's turning the acid red. It's turning the acid blue. I'll fill in some pure acid. The gas is a good supplement. I'll attach the cartridge. Yes, it works! I'll ignite it if I want to heat or burn anything. Maybe I'll find out more about the substances if I burn them. One of them is apparently pretty similar to adrenaline. It's burning green. need 3 ingredients. It makes no sense to start up the machine before. Some of the powder. Okay, which one? This one here. Great, we've got all 3. Let's get started. I can adjust the ratio here. What ratio do we need, Core?
1 to 2 to 2. 1 part of your blood and 2 parts each of ascorbic acid and adrenaline.
Done. To make sure this won't kill me, I should test it on a few drops of my own blood first. Nothing happened. Well, nothing obvious anyway. That's a good thing, right?
The hemoglobin molecules are intact and their viscosity is unchanged. Analyzing. No remnant of the serum detected. It should be safe. Use the injection robot for administration.
And you're sure this will work?
Sure. 99% sure, which means sure with human parameters.
Core.
Tessa, do you want to get your memories back?
Fine. Unpleasant, but unavoidable.
Medical unit states, second blood sample of unregistered patient successfully extracted. DNA calculation complete. Analysis, all levels normal. Match found. Good day, Commander Carter. Please check the report soon. The next routine examination will take place in 30 days. I wish you a pleasant day, Commander.
What? Wait! This means I was stationed here? And as the commander? Core, can this be a mistake? Another mix-up?
Not even a simple medical bot like that one would confuse your DNA. But let me double-check that for you. Accessing examination data. Confirmed. 100% match.
Looks like I've forgotten quite a bit. How many memories did they erase? And why? I'm an explorer. I want to explore unknown worlds. Not in my worst of nightmares would I have settled down in a depressing station like this with a garbage incinerator. I can remember the promotion Mr. Bishop offered me. Damn it! I'm still dreaming of it!
Alert! Forceful entry into living quarters detected. Emergency lockdown terminated for employees.
We have to go there, to the living quarters!
Welcome back. Any luck? Oh, yeah. Some sponges and a few weird mushrooms. Well then, have fun with them. Will do. Was that all for today? Yeah, you can close everything down. Excellent.
It's all closed and locked. How is that even possible?
I have no idea, but I agree with you. I'll go through all the protocols again. Maybe someone else opened it. Maybe Anthony went out to pick some flowers again.
The gate was closed. You can see it on the surveillance cam. She just went through.
Impossible.
Is that our ship? The one we crashed with? There's nobody here. Core, which one is my quarter?
This one over here.
But it won't open.
Of course not. Otherwise, anyone could get into anyone's private rooms.
Good, so our mysterious figure probably hasn't made it here yet.
Remember what happened last time. We need to be careful.
Yes, you're right. Okay, let's go. So this is where I lived, as a commander, with my family. Yes, that's Finn. He's younger here, but here he's much older. The newer pictures were taken here in the station, so they were here, together with me, and they seem happy. And then, it doesn't look like we left here in an orderly fashion. More like something surprised us and we had to flee. So why was I out there without them? And why did I come back? Why should someone want me to forget all this? And who is Melissa Luna? Core, my head feels like it's about to explode. Please lock the door. I've had enough for today.
Of course, I will keep watch.
Well, honey, what have you decided?
I accepted it.
Hey, in that case, congratulations to the new lead.
Thank you. It's going to be a lot of work and a big adjustment, but I think it's the best thing for us. The right thing.
Together we'll get there.
This name, Melissa Luna, that meant nothing to you?
No. Should it mean something?
Didn't you think it was strange that it kept showing up on this foreign planet?
Of course it was strange, but... well, I didn't understand it then, and I still don't. Did someone steal my identity?
Melissa Luna does exist.
Then maybe she can tell me what she was doing on that planet.
Maybe. We're trying to contact her at the moment.
That might explain a few things.
We will see.
Good morning, Tessa. There were no occurrences during the night. How are you feeling?
Good morning, Core. So. I'm rested, but there's still so much going on in my head. I dreamed of Finn. I remembered Anthony standing next to his crib.
Was that here?
No. It was a strange old house, but it was a pleasant memory. Makes me happy to know that we were here together. But now I'd like to know where they are, and why I'm not with them.
We can start the signal once we have repaired the communications console. The quicker you find them, the quicker you can ask them.
It's nice of you to motivate me like this, but really all you want is my company so you don't have to spend the rest of your life alone on this planet.
I am merely concerned about your survival. That is my task. I am of secondary importance.
In my memories, the two of them lived in a different place for years, but instead they were here. I think I'll be saved before I get to talk to them through the communications console.
Would that be so bad?
No, but the answer to what happened to them and where I can find them is here, Core. They might still be on this planet. And if someone is trying to make me forget everything so badly, I should gather every single drop of memory I can before I leave.
Understood. So, we will look for more information.
You know that's not what I mean. We support you in any decision. I'm just saying that you don't have to do it for us.
It would mean more money, long-term security. Once we're back, I could do more, have a bigger influence. And Finn could get a decent degree. And it means less danger. Instead of going on expeditions as an explorer, I'd be commander of the station. We'd be together more often, as a family. That would be good for all of us.
But Tessa, you live for your field work. You're an explorer through and through. Do you really want to give that up?
Yes, I'm ready. I have to be prepared for changes. Be an adult.
But I like the old Tessa, too. The one I discovered so many things with.
I like her too. But don't worry, I'm still myself.
I don't want to be a burden. You can be whatever you want to be. President of the Earth, for all I care. But, well, Finn does prefer hearing stories when they come from you, not from his kid's core's voice. But please, only do this if you really want to. Don't do it just for us.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
But that shouldn't be the only reason you do it.
What am I doing there? She's writing something on the wall.
I am registering a strange substance on the wall, but I cannot trace it properly.
Mr. Bishop said our outpost would be closing down in about a year. So we're going to have to be transferred to other places or jobs. Or should I say we're allowed to?
He told me. And how does that make you feel? How do you like being in command instead of going out there exploring?
It was exciting at first. A different kind of thrill. Lots of responsibilities. I can mess up even more than I thought. But change it for the better as well. I even needed creativity and improvisational talent. I mean, there's lots of problems that need to be solved. That's the stuff I need. Even though I have to delegate a lot. When there's something wrong and all I want to do is take things into my own hands, that's what annoys me. And sometimes there's just nothing to do at all. And that's horrible as well.
Be honest. Would you rather go back to being an explorer?
Yes. No. I don't know. More adventures or more security? Those two things just don't go together.
A boring office job and us around you. That's one of your options. But what's most important is that you're happy. Everyone here appreciates you in the role as commander, me especially. But you're the one who has to decide whether you're right for this post. You and nobody else.
If you wanted to, you could refresh yourself here.
We have more important things to do, Core.
At least I can turn off my olfactory sensors.
This is where I wrote something on the wall in one of those holo records. Some sort of manuscript. It's titled No Progress Without Obstacles. It's about an IMC employee called Nolan. I remember Tony liked to test read stuff for colleagues. Essays, papers, entire books. But there's no name on the manuscript.
There is a picture of the three of you here.
I remember that day. It was one of our family outings. And this picture here is Finn's 3rd birthday. This bed looks like it's big enough for 2 people. Anthony and I probably slept here.
I don't have to lie down now. We need to find out what happened and where everyone went.
There's a light capsule missing here. There's a light capsule missing here. You're coming with me. You're coming with me.
Oh, that's interesting.
There have to be some hints for a safe as strange as this one. There's not much here. Some clothes. Nothing useful, I think. Wait a minute. There's an injection gun here. Just like in the control room. It's empty, but... Is this a coincidence? I'll leave it here. A small bed, freshly made. Finn must have been sleeping here. Tony and I used to just love sitting there and reading.
And what about Finn? Did he like reading, too, or did you have to read to him?
If I remember correctly, he couldn't read, but he loved listening. These were probably the books that were suitable for Finn. This one is about a British soldier who's looking for his friend and has to solve all kinds of problems on the way, and then finds a place of legend. It won't open.
No access. No access. No access.
I'll take that.
Is this the right time to redecorate?
In it are a lot of light capsules for blacklight, but there's another light. Let's see. There's exactly one blacklight emitter with this socket size. No, there are no more light capsules for this socket size. Let's see what sort of hidden things you can bring to light. Oh, yes, there's something written here. Looks like a small formula. A chess piece and then x plus 5. I'll write it down. There's a small symbol there. Whatever. A chess piece and I've written. I wrote down the formula here that was visible in the blacklight. A chess piece and then x plus 5. I'll take it with me again. Let's see what sort of hidden things you can bring to light. I've seen all there is to see. Let's hope. Let's see what sort of hidden thing. Oh, there's something visible in the blacklight on the inside here. There's another formula here. I'll write it next to the other one. 10 minus x. Let's see what hidden things you can reveal. There's another formula here. I'll write it next to the other one. A bird and then x minus 3. I wrote down the formula here that was visible. A chess piece, a bird, and then x minus 3. 10 minus x. I've seen everything there is to see here. Let's hope there's something else hidden somewhere. Let's see what's... There's a small symbol there. Whatever. I've written it. There's another formula here. I'll write it next to the other one. The square, and then x times 3. There has to be a way to open this. It looks like you don't need a special code for it. I suppose these rules could have something to do with the safe. A 1, a 2, a 0, a 4.
Finally! Come on, I must have hidden something interesting here. This is finally my real ID card. Commander Tessa Carter. Maybe I can find something in the logbook.
You could also use it to reactivate me.
Good idea. But, won't that erase your memory or something?
No, that should not happen.
Good. Come here then.
Registering Commander Carter.
Core?
Confirmed.
Is it you? I mean, like before.
My basic subroutines cannot answer philosophical questions.
Then let me put it this way. Do you remember?
Short-term memory cache empty. No backup available.
Damn.
Awaiting input.
Input? Damn it. I'd have to start with Adam and Eve for you to understand our situation. At least you've stopped making stupid jokes.
You always wanted me to be more humorous.
I knew you were playing with me. It's nice to see you're not just a cold-hearted machine. I don't know what I'd do without you. But back to business. Do you have any new information that might help us?
Not as such, but thanks to your authorization as commander, I was able to access the hitherto locked hologram recordings.
That sounds good. Let's not waste any time. Tony.
No more field work? As commander of the station, everything will be less dangerous? Isn't that what you said? And yet you're on this mission to make sure everything's being done correctly. I understood you. I was always there to support you. But then you made a mistake and I misjudged you. Because of the emergency protocol, every single team member's location was checked to begin rescuing them. This revealed that Tessa Carter isn't out there, but instead flying with Mark is someone called Melissa Luna. Who is this Melissa Luna, I wondered. And so I asked the vice commander, the doctor, everyone. Nobody knows. The entries and examinations, all forged. According to the mission data, she was part of all kinds of missions in the last few years. First-rate references, lots of results. She could be your rival. And then I had this nagging idea. I compared her mission data to yours. Melissa Luna was always on expeditions whenever you had to work, usually while you were out somewhere else. Whenever you had to leave for an emergency, or when there were issues with the radio units, anything that would need the attention of a commander. And at the same time, Melissa Luna was out exploring with the rover. But because Melissa Luna doesn't exist, there's only one explanation. You were driving across the planet in that rover, and fed the rover with forged data. Otherwise, someone might have noticed. Me. I swore I'd love and cherish you. I'd support you in whatever you did, and I would have, even with this, if you'd trusted me. But instead, you kept it a secret and lied to me. You always want to do everything on your own, and without help. I just don't get it. I want to see you again and talk about this. I'm sure you can explain everything. We've had contact from a ship that can evacuate us. Who knows if we'll ever get a chance like this again. And so I voted against waiting for your return. I want to begin the evacuation as soon as possible. Unfortunately, my vote was the deciding one. Maybe I'll come to regret this. But staying here and maybe even losing Finn instead of you, I can't. I hate myself, but all of the stuff recently, forgive me.
I'd love to say none of this makes sense, but as shocking as it is, it also fits the picture.
You still have no recollection of any of this?
Just fragments. I think it's getting better. I remember the emptiness of not feeling any thrills, no challenges. and the fear of disappointing everyone if I were to return to my old job. The one I really wanted to live. But to think I'd go that far and do everything in secret? I wouldn't have thought that. And that's why I wasn't with them when they fled.
Then why become commander?
That dilapidated house I saw Anthony and Finn in last night. It belonged to Tony's parents. We lived there when Finn was born because we couldn't afford our own place yet. And it didn't get better afterwards. Maybe I thought I could kill two birds with one stone. Adventures for me, all while being paid properly and being able to provide for my family. Maybe Tony thought I was being selfish. And maybe he was right. Either way, I bit off more than I could chew.
But at least now we know where they are. They have been evacuated, picked up, and brought to safety.
They were fleeing from something. We know that for sure. Tony was so scared of it. So scared for Finn that he even left me behind. We have to find out what they were fleeing from, and if they made it.
We have access to all readable hologram recordings now.
Yes, you're right. The truth has to be here somewhere. We just have to find it.
No access.
The command centers.
I saw it with my own eyes, Tessa. She transformed the drill room in seconds while floating in the air.
I believe you.
We have to evacuate with the shuttle.
Where to? It's capable of flying through space, but is used for locomotion on the planet. It doesn't have enough power to get us all to any spaceport. And there are reasons why we are not on the other planets drilling for resources. They are barely habitable.
So should we just wait?
No. We go for double security. We will send out a distress signal for an evacuation. Our best chance is that a ship will hear it and get us out of here. At the same time, we will examine the most promising accessible planet for a chance of survival. The scouts will come back. In case no other ship has arrived and the planet is habitable, we will evacuate on our own with the shuttle.
That is risky, especially for the scouts.
I am the best pilot. I will fly.
I thought so. I will accompany you.
What?
Joe, you can do this. Mark and I have been a team for many years and have the most experience of anyone here in exploring alien planets. I will not entrust this mission to anyone else in my place and put him or her in that kind of danger. You guys set the signal, get everything ready, and seal off the station until we return or you get picked up.
All right.
Good. I need a list of all the planets and the scientific assessment of their habitability and distance.
Understood.
Okay, you go there, you over here. Ow! Crap! Ugh, just leave me alone. Damn technology.
Oh, no. We're always happy to see you, Mr. Bishop.
I don't want to keep you. You're doing an outstanding job. But there is some important news. In just about a year's time, you will be able to leave this planet. The yields have been decreasing, which has nothing to do with you, and the trade routes have shifted. All those involved will receive compensation and alternative positions, or other options and settlements, whatever they prefer.
That... well... what can I say? I will inform my staff.
I will be speaking to a few of your team members personally. Your husband, for instance. But apart from that, are there any grievances you have to report?
Well, we're missing a team. They should have gotten back yesterday, but there was a storm in that sector, so we're not too worried yet. The second rover and a team is ready to look for them, but so far we don't think that's necessary.
Insightful. I agree with you. Nevertheless, keep an eye out.
Of course. Always.
Three planets within the solar system can be reached. Their calculated vitality is at 22, 29, and 42%. As a comparison, this planet is at 94%. Their distances are 2 days again, and 4 days respectively. The ship has enough power for 10 to 11 days, depending on whether there are any complications and how much energy it would take to navigate the planet.
Pretty tight then.
I've seen worse.
True. Save the third planet's coordinates on the ship, and thanks for your efforts.
You seem pretty sure.
Yes, it's unpleasant, but...
I meant you seem happy.
What? No, I'm not happy with these circumstances at all. I mean, I enjoy and miss the thrill of a challenge. I have to admit, that sort of thing just gives me... life. Energy. But I would prefer if there was not so much at stake.
I suppose
we're here 3 times. Everything
Okay,
works out.
quiet please, everyone. Thanks. Okay. Yesterday, we received a reply from the Kalenko. They will reach us in 2 days. As it's a pretty big ship, they're going to have to land outside in a quite far away sector. We have set up an emergency shelter and will get everybody there.
What about those who are still out there?
They're 2 days overdue and aren't reacting to any radio signals. We don't know their exact location. We have no choice.
And that's enough for us to just abandon them?
Let me explain what we have planned. Then we can discuss everything. And considering the situation, I would be happy to vote on this. Okay? Good. So, our plan is to lock down the facility with the NOAA evacuation protocol. We can easily keep the doors to the lab and storage open by other means. Iron bars should do the trick. That way they will have access to tools and food. We will only take what we need for the evacuation. The Kalenko is equipped with long-range scanning technology and life support systems. Maybe we can convince the commander to wait a few days. Even if our missing crew members can't contact us, we will notice their re-entry into the atmosphere.
The commander is going to go nuts and do nothing when we tell him what's happened here. Tessa and Mark are dying out there. It's just like when Brown and Summers didn't show up again.
If it's as bad as you say, and as bad as we all think, then we shouldn't be staying here, should we? They'd have done the same, however reluctantly, because it's our best chance at survival. In fact, those are our orders, but my offer still stands. We can hold a vote. Commander Carter, I hope this message reaches you in time. I've tried to reach you on every single channel. There's been no reply so far, but I'm trying
one final time. We've started the evacuation protocol NOAA and almost completed it. A rescue ship is on its way and will pick us up. We have already set up a temporary shelter at the evacuation point. We haven't heard from any other ships. I can't say when we'll be able to send out a team to get you. I don't even know if the corporation will be willing to do that. They wanted to abandon this outpost anyway, as you know. The whole team and their families, they're all either already at the evacuation point or will be there soon. I'll join them in a moment. We've had problems with our vehicles, but we haven't had time to take care of them. I will be reluctantly using the last functioning rover to get to the evacuation point. One of the broken rovers remains in the hangar. I hope you and Mark can get it working again. I also hope you will get back in time and that I will see you again. The evacuation point sector in the database is 29-14-Z...
Joe. It wasn't planned for you to be able to speak, but why not?
That's her core. That means it can't be Mark. But then she was the danger we ran away from. So she was here then.
It looked like she was keeping the security officer from speaking.
Yes. However, she did that. She was a few meters away from him. But she didn't want me to find out this point's name. She said that it wasn't planned that he couldn't speak. What does this all mean? How long ago was this core?
79 days.
The sector began with 2914? That wasn't all. The evacuation point should be listed in the database and reachable by rover.
They won't be there anymore, Tessa.
I hope so.
You still want to go there?
It could take weeks to repair this console. Months until we establish contact with a ship. Setbacks, despair, boredom, solitude. And all the while we'll have a mysterious figure running around. Sooner or later I'll be sitting in that rover trying to figure out what I'm doing all this for and if my family managed to get away. To safety. I should have that certainty before I put everything I've got into repairing this thing.
That is illogical. The longer you survive, the higher the chance of getting that certainty is, and your chances of survival are highest here.
I know it's illogical, but I have to do it. I have to follow my instincts.
You can manipulate your instincts. I know that from other interactions with humans. Just imagine hugging them tightly.
My thoughts are only showing me how they're sitting there, huddled up in fear in a makeshift shelter, waiting for salvation that never comes. Or never came. I have to get that thought out of my head. Only then can I concentrate on my own survival.
I do not have enough limbs to physically hinder you. According to the security officer, they made their way to an evacuation point which lies in a sector beginning with 29 to 14. The final 2 digits are missing. Without them, we are unable to locate the evacuation point with certainty.
Doctor, I'd like to have a word with you about the commander. Who is he?
You know I can't tell you, Mr. Bishop. Doctor-patient confidentiality.
Well, it's my duty to ensure that everyone in this station survives. I won't be visiting for another year, so I need you to give me any and all relevant information.
You're making me break all the rules, and believe me when I say I am not happy. But I understand. Let me put it this way. He is feeling the pressure and thinks he can deal with everything. But his medical records say otherwise.
Insightful. And good to know. And our leading explorer?
Tessa is happy to throw herself into her work, rarely sleeps, and consistently delivers top results. I always advise her to take time to relax, but that just makes her laugh. Her examination results are always normal, so I don't have any authority for a medical intervention, but...
No buts. She is showing exactly the level of commitment I expect.
That doesn't surprise me. Well then, let's have a look. No, the scans confirm the blood levels and all other tests, Joe. He's perfectly healthy. No abnormalities or substances in his blood. Nothing. And compared with the last routine examination, there are pretty much no differences. Not even showing signs of shock, which frankly doesn't surprise me. He's always been pretty hardened when it comes to things like this.
But he's been talking about some witch who just made his teammate vanish.
What? So why didn't they find a body?
He didn't say she killed him, but that he just vanished into thin air. And then he went back to the station immediately. And I thought you would tell me that he's just in over his head. Cabin fever, homesick, lack of oxygen, scurvy, psychological problems, sweaty feet. Anything that would be comprehensible.
Well, I'd need more time for a psychological examination, but physically, there are no indications of any issues.
What's this, Core?
That's a mission console. With this, you can access saved locations and expeditions from this station's past. Scanning. I can find no evacuation data.
We can take a look at it anyway, even if it won't get us anywhere.
We only know part of the sector name of the evacuation point, 29 to 14. But 2 digits are missing and probably only the security officer knows them.
There he is!
He stopped specifically to point at something.
It can only be the sign.
Level 02. Could these be the last numbers of the evacuation point?
This is very possible, but would also be a great coincidence.
29, 14, 02.
You should be able to find the mission point in the console on the right side in the control room.
That's the point the security officer was talking about. Let's have a look then. A fully functioning rover could manage this route, yes. I doubt the one in the hangar would manage it. I have to repair it and check the analysis program to find out more.
This is not the vehicle that is available to us.
Okay, so we'll definitely need the rover. I guess we'll play mechanic after all.
Thanks for not pointing out that Mark would come in handy right now.
Doesn't work? Yeah, right. What the hell? There's a cog missing. What? Mark?
I hate this gate so much. I hate... A penny? If I find out who put a penny in here, am I... There we go.
Mark, what are you doing?
I'm just borrowing it. I have to attach something. I'll return it later.
Hey, Fry, are you okay? What happened? Where's Brown?
That's a damn good question. I think the answer is everywhere. Wizard of Oz mission. Don't get me started. More like Baba Yaga the Witch.
What are you talking about?
She just showed up, man. At least I think it was a woman.
Watch your tone when you're talking to me. And what happened then?
She made him disappear. He was gone. We saw her stand on a cliff. A woman in a spacesuit. Kenneth approached her and she looked at him. Boom! One gesture of her hand and he was gone.
What do you mean, gone?
Gone as in turned to dust.
Are you drunk? Did this woman not see you?
No, I was hidden behind a hill. Then she started turning towards me, and I jumped into the rover and drove off. I got beat up pretty bad, but I didn't care.
And you want me to believe this hogwash?
Yes, I know what I saw. I maybe don't know who it is, but that woman was wearing one of our suits.
Right. You're going to medical, right now. Have them check out your head. And can you do it?
No idea. I can't find the problem. The power cells are empty, and I'm not going to drag them into the sun to charge them up.
The solar module has been wonky for a while now.
We're just going to have to make do with the other rover.
Keep trying. You have 2 hours. Otherwise, we'll take the other rover and set off in that.
Any ideas? Because I'm stumped.
Nope, the solar module is broken and we don't have a replacement. And the cables don't fit the hydrogen systems because nobody is able to decide on a standard for them yet. You know, the emergency generator by the drilling hole has a battery that it charges while it's running. That one might fit.
Mark would kill you.
Yeah, it would only last a couple of hours, but if they ever pick the rover up, well, at least they wouldn't have to push it.
I'll keep it in mind.